Now we are live.
Okay.
Okay. Hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Narmeen Faruqi from Microtex. Today we have a guest, Nita Farid. She is a senior cloud architect at Orange Business in Sweden. She completed her software engineering from the University of Gothenburg. Welcome, Nida. Thank you so much for giving us your precious time. Nida, please tell us about yourself.
Okay. So, as Naveen mentioned, I'm Nida Farid, and I am a senior cloud architect in Orange Services, which is basically a telco in France, and I work in their extension in Sweden. And
Okay.
I have been here for 2 years now.
Okay.
Okay. Narmeen, are you sure that we are live?
Yes. Yes, we are live.
Okay. Okay then.
Yes, we are
Okay.
live.
So today I'll take you to the journey of cloud. You can say that. And our mission is to make you capable of finding a job yourself. It's not like providing you a fish to eat, but it's like teaching you how to hunt a fish. I would like to share my screen and then we can just go on that journey together.
Okay.
So, yes. Just give me a heads up when you start seeing my screen.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, sir.
Okay, you can see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so in the beginning, I would like to thank
Students.
Microtex. Everything
You
fine,
can see
Naveen?
us. Yes.
Okay. So Microtex has always enabled students to look for a good cloud career uh, with sharing the experience of people who are already there. They are also arranging some mentoring sessions where you can educate yourself with the services. In this session, what I will do is that I will tell you what to do, not how to do it. This is Mission Job Hunt, and you are my partner in this. I am Nida Farid, and I love to share knowledge because I believe in sharing, and I know that you acquire 90% when you share your knowledge with someone. Everyone around you, you will find all the people around you will definitely find someone who knows lesser than you. So it's always good to educate them. You can find me on LinkedIn and feel free to ask your questions there as well. Okay, so now I will tell you an end to end strategy how to educate yourself, how to build a career in cloud, how to build a strong base because the strong base is responsible for the strong building which you will build upon it. From where you can learn the cloud computing basics for free and which certifications are necessary or are good for you and your LinkedIn profile. Okay. We all think that it is very important to invest in our professional lives, to keep on learning, to keep on uh, picking knowledge from wherever we get. But the most important thing is that we should invest in our personal lives first. Even if you land to a job, even if you are capable of landing to your dream job, you cannot stick there for so long. The situation becomes stagnant in order to find a job, a new job, another job, or you are looking for a salary raise, what you have to do is that you just read the job description and start learning about the job. That is not the necessary part. If you want to keep growing and if you want to excel in life, you have to build good habits. Start reading a book, start exercising, start reading one article daily. If you are working in the field of cloud, start reading some articles regarding that. Sign up for the newsletters so you know what news is happening. If you are a software engineer, if you are an engineer, keep yourself aware of the situation, how the market is changing, how the trends are changing, what new things are coming in your own field. Create a task list and don't forget that try not to add more than 3 tasks in that task list because if you have more than 3 tasks to do then you have nothing to do. An average person can complete 3 tasks in your daily day, in your day. Okay. And try to add those tasks before sleeping. It means one night before. You must have a plan before sleeping that tomorrow I'll do this. Only then you can do that. And when you are done with all this, whatever you learned, whichever newsletter you read, an article you read, some new thing you heard about something, start sharing it. If you are sitting among 5 people, 2 people, 3 people within your team, afterwards, or you're having a coffee, tea together, try to share that knowledge, try to add value. It's said that discipline is a bridge between goals and accomplishment. So you need to adopt that discipline first. You have a goal set. Okay, by 2023 I will learn this. By 2023 I will try to get this job. And the journey of accomplishment, between goal and accomplishment there is a bridge, which is discipline. If you are not consistent, if you are just interested to do something, you might start doing that. But if you're not consistent, if you don't have a discipline in your life, it is very hard to reach there. And within that set amount of time, it's impossible. So if some of your tasks you have done without discipline, just consider yourself lucky. But if you set a high goal and you want to go there or you want to achieve that, you have to adopt this. You have to be very much disciplined in your life. Now I'll share today's agenda. So agenda for today is very simple. I will share the career paths with you, the sites from where you can learn, the attached element with your career path, because sometimes when you start learning, it's a one track road, and you are that one track road might join some other road, and then you'll reach your journey. So if you are stagnant to one side or just one YouTube channel which is teaching you something, in your professional life there are certain different elements. For example, when you are busy in cloud computing or you have acquired a job, you must be aware that none of this part is only done via portal. So when you learn something, they will tell you different techniques that how to set this, that, and everything in the portal itself. But in organizations, you have to adopt that automation part. So you have to automate the stuff. Not everyone is going to get into the portal and set everything by hands. What if something fails down and in the next day you have to change the structure, or you got the same request? What you will do? You'll repeat the process? No, you don't do that. You just run the pipeline and create a new tenant and stuff. Your vision will become very much clear in the between the session what I'm talking about. Then the role of certifications. What role do they play? Okay, so I'll give an example that if you have done a degree, like for example, BS in computer sciences, whenever you're looking for a job, you read the requirements that we need a computer scientist or someone who has done the bachelor's of computer science. You have a degree in that. What is that education showing? Maybe you Okay, now you might meet someone in your daily life who knows a lot more than you regarding development and information technology, but they might not have the degree. What your certificate represents? It represents that this specific person has some base level knowledge of what is being done in the field of information technology. It doesn't say that this person is a pro, and it is 100 the degree doesn't say that some organization must be 100% sure that xyz person knows everything. No one can know everything, but it represents that you have a base level knowledge. The last part will be the role of LinkedIn when you're searching a job. So, in foreign countries and especially in Nordics, LinkedIn plays a very important role, and 90% of the jobs comes to you itself by LinkedIn. People are hunting for you. So today I'll tell you how to how to show your personality via LinkedIn, how to show yourself, how to become noticeable just by making little changes in your LinkedIn. Okay, so There are three main cloud providers. Number one is Amazon, who was the first one to take this initiative. The second one is Microsoft Azure, and the third is Google Cloud Platform. There are a lot more as well, but they are some minor level cloud providers. So I won't be mentioning them. So we'll playing with the sharks. Okay, so this might shock you that this market is around $203 billion. It means that this much earning these companies are doing in this field. If the budget of some service is $203 billion, it directly represents that they need workers as well. So there is a high chance of employment in this field as well. And when I say that AWS, Azure, and GCP, and when I show this budget 203, so it's just allocated for the cloud services. Don't include that Google do this and that as well, and Amazon has their market as well. No, those are completely different things. This $203 billion is just the budget that is allocated to the cloud services that they are providing. Amazon, Google, and Microsoft, they are not just providing you employment, but they are also providing you the path and the opportunity to learn from their platform and earn this certification and then look for a job in their companies. This is a dream or the best case scenario, that some organization is teaching you, then giving you the certificate that this person is capable of doing this work, and then providing you a job. It's almost equal to spoon feeding, but you have to put effort and you need to understand that from which area or what are the specific sites which are enabling you to do that. So at first we will talk about Amazon Web Services. I will be sharing or showing you their actual website, and I will be telling you how they are enabling you and what sort of education they are providing. So if you see here, you can see different, okay, this I always says that if you can see my server, SysOps administrator, database specialty, security, solutions architect, developer, data analytics, advanced networking, DevOps engineer. This doesn't sound like only some IT terms. It doesn't sound like it. It also sounds like the job roles. Okay, solutions architect itself is a job post. Cloud practitioner itself is a job post. Machine learning specialist itself is a job post. It means that this certification, with the certification of security specialty, you can call yourself a security specialist in AWS environment. So if you search this job post, just write on Google, you will see several jobs and several agencies, countries looking out for you. So it's you. When you have done this, you are a security specialist, you are a database specialist, you are a SysOps administrator. Then we follow specific paths for that. That for just cloud AWS certified, if you want to understand the foundational, like the early bird work, go for cloud practitioner certification. If you want ADF certified solutions architect, developer certification, SITSOP administrator, if you want to do the professional certification, then solutions architect, DevOps engineer. And if you want to build a foundation, then these certifications are for you. Now I'll move to their website and you will understand what actually I'm talking about and how they are enabling you to do that. Okay, I'll share the screen and now I will share you their specific website. Yes, Narmeen, please give me a heads up if you can see my screen. Narmeen,
Now,
can you see my
yes,
screen?
yes, 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 yes. I see
Yes,
your
yes.
screen.
Okay. So this is the AWS certification site where they are telling you that how can you prepare yourself and how you can schedule an exam. And you can prepare for an exam as well. As I said before, they are teaching you, they are certifying you, and then they are offering you a job as well. So it's really good. And even if you don't get a job in AWS itself, you can get a job in different companies who have clients using AWS platform. And there you go. You already have the knowledge. You have done some practice. You can meet the client, understand their basics, understand their requirement, and start working. Okay. So when you come here, cloud practitioner, let's take solutions architect. Let's take someone who wants to reach till solutions architect professional certification. Click on it. They'll tell you what this certificate tells you. How should you take this exam? What are the basics that you should know before giving an attempt? Means the key points. What does it take to earn a certification? You have a complete exam guide where they'll tell you which points are included, what you will be able to do after preparing for the certification, or what should you know before attending. Design the organization complexity, design for new solutions, continuous improvement, existing solution. So this is something that you need to understand before giving an attempt. And which part is included in on which percentage. So the design part is 26%, the new solutions is 29%, continuous improvement 25%, and this builds a total exam. You can search everything. Now we'll go to prepare the exam. I'll just move backward. I want you guys to understand that everything is there and they are supporting you. There is a complete university in front of you, whether it's a mobile, it's a tab, or it's a laptop. So before we make the excuses of inflation, or before we make the excuses that I am not finding a job or I am not finding a reference, you don't need that, because you have different platform which will educate you. You just need to understand the market, but what is in, what are the trends going on, which field is growing. We cannot stay stagnant to what we have learned before. You cannot continue using Microsoft SQL for databases. You have to evolve, you have to learn. Okay, if we go to prepare exam, so there are some guides who will tell you learn at your own pace, which exam you want to prepare, practice question you will get, exam preparation course, cloud quest. So you can subscribe there as well if you want to do the payment, like the part where you will pay and then learn. Because for the certificate you have to pay. You have to pay for the certificate itself. They and yes, the very plus point that I want to tell you is that you don't even need to visit the data center, the examination center for this. You can give the exam by sitting at home. So someone will be monitoring you through the webcam. I hope you understand. And if you have any questions, just if you are doing the Facebook Live, just mark your questions there. Narmeen will follow that. If you are watching us via LinkedIn, mark your questions there. If you are watching us via StreamYard, just put your question in the comment. And after in the last 15 minutes, I will go for the questions. Okay. Now I will pull you back to my slides. Narmeen, every time I start sharing the screen, you have to give me a heads up.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure, sure.
don't forget that.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, okay, now you can see.
Yes.
Okay. So now I've shown you the certification path and on which website you can go and how you can learn it. Okay, the more I am fascinated is about Microsoft Azure, because this is the field that I specifically work in. So in Microsoft Azure, the is more clear to me. So you will feel the difference as well. That how I showed about AWS and how I'll show you about Microsoft. So the same scenario when you read as your IoT developer, security engineer, as your AI engineer, administrator, data engineer. These are job titles, and then you can. These are some of the certifications are 1 star here, so it means that those are fundamental levels. Some of them are 2 star. Those are associate level, and when you go to the 3 stars, it's the expert level. So Azure work like this. Okay, before let me share Microsoft Azure part.
Okay, in your opinion, Azure is best?
No, no, no one can say that which one is best. So it's just something. If someone is starting from scratch, do one thing. Go on your LinkedIn or just write on Google how many jobs I can find in Microsoft Azure. How many jobs are existing in Amazon Web Services? Amazon is the biggest shark here. Then Azure comes on number two, which has acquired 21% of the market. So it's also really big. And then comes Google, which is around 10% of the market worldwide they have acquired. So it depends on your feasibility as well. And sometimes the people who are giving you advices. So in my case, the person or the people whom I took advice from were working with Microsoft Azure, and then I met some people who are working in AWS. So there is always a conflict or clash when both person meet. But I started enjoying Azure and started to find Amazon a bit different. And at that stage of time, I was not ready to merge myself in both of them, so I took Azure. But there is no definite answer that which one is the best.
Okay.
But I find Microsoft much user friendly. If you can see from this view as well, that it's really simple. If you want to go for administrator role, click on it. AI engineer, data scientist. Okay, we'll go with the administrator role.
Understood.
So what will it tell you? Okay, I will allow it. So I will choose the Microsoft Azure administrators, which is AZ 104. So there are some codes for the certifications which you will understand. Okay, I'll choose this certification. The best thing that I like about Azure is that it is telling me that okay, take one exam. Okay, it is taking me here directly because I have already cleared the fundamental part. But normally it tells you that what is the prereq. So if even if I did this Microsoft Azure Administrator, so this is the platform that I have to follow. These are the skills that I must have or I will have after preparing the exam. And this is the learning platform right beneath the certification. When you are there to book it, you will see a lot of study material which where they are teaching you module by module. So they are teaching you everything that is being mentioned here. So okay, so what you can do is that this is self-paced. You can just go open the study material and start reading your stuff. It is telling you you will cover this part, and for now we are at prereq of Azure Administrator. So it is telling me what is the prereq. This is a learning module path introduction. Use the Azure portal. Use the Cloud Shell. So it is teaching you everything, and everything is for free. Now, if you want some instructor to teach you, so the instructor led sessions. You can also browse for that. Join journey to certifications, certification posters. You can get everything, training and certification guide. All you need to do is that just get on the website, spend some time. Don't think that you I will go one day and I will spend 3 hours. No, don't do that. Just assign 20 minutes or 25 minutes every day. Visit the site, start to understand how it's working, then start understanding that which field attracts you. So when I say which field attracts you is because I show you all of these areas. So you have to choose one in the beginning for sure. That I choose this a solutions architect path. I chose this because I wanted to go no coding in the no coding area. That I was not interested to code. So this is a solutions architect path, and I solutions administrator platform. I did the fundamentals, and I built I learned the infrastructure solutions, that I started building infrastructures for organizations. But in the middle of this session, I will tell you, then when you say that there would be no coding include, that is also not true. So you have to be very realistic.
Okay.
Getting back to the slides, so these are the certifications that you can gain. Now coming to the Google Cloud Platform. I have already told you AWS and Microsoft, and you have already seen a lot of material, and it might comes to your mind that today I'll visit it or tomorrow I'll visit it. You have another competitor as well, which is GCP. So many clients you will find in the industry which are using GCP. So it's always good to have the fundamental knowledge of all the platforms, and then you can excel in one of them. And it's more than enough. Okay, so foundation one, this is a certification. For the associate one, this is a certification. If you want to look for a job, 6 months of experience. For the professional one, these are the certifications. You can just open it and browse it, what they provide you and how much you have to be prepared in before taking the exams. And for the architect one, you need 1+ year of experience in order to clear that, or in order to find a job. So but for the architect one, they require a lot more experience, like 5 years plus. So you can play in the ground of associate level till that. If you want me to
Okay.
show the website, I can do that, but I like the Azure the most. Okay, so this is a very simplistic view. Okay, since user friendly it is for sure. If we go to data engineer, so it doesn't carry a lot of images like Amazon and Microsoft. So just go there, register yourself, view some frequently asked questions, the way people have asked the questions. It is also available in Japanese if you are interested to take. Just go for it. And
Okay.
just to mention, most of these certifications, not all of these certifications. It means, in fact, all of the certifications are available in a lot of languages, but do not expect Urdu or Hindi there. So a lot of the languages, but not Urdu. So
Okay.
try to register in English. So the exam is 2 hours long. Registration fees $200. I know it's a lot. With Microsoft, it's somewhere like $165. With AWS,
In Pakistan, $80,
yeah, I know it's a
80
lot.
or $85
Yeah, yes. Repeat. Oh yes. It the prices also changes according to your region.
according to your country.
Yes, I am sorry. Always forget to mention it. The
Yes.
price did change, and I always try to mark myself in Pakistan so I can pay less. But it never happened to me, and I never,
Oh,
uh, yeah, and I never got a chance to pay as well, because the companies that I'm working in, they pay for my certifications. So it is
okay.
also a very good thing that if you are
Yeah.
attached to a good reputed company, they allow you to invest in your in your personal learning as well. So that
Okay.
can
That's
also be
great.
done. And in some companies, when you complete a certification, they pay you something like a prize money, because it's
Okay.
also good
Great.
for them as well, that some of our employees has upgraded his or her knowledge. So try to cash that. So it's a win-win, that you get to learn as well. You earn the certificate, then you're getting a prize. The company is paying for your certification, and then you can just betray the company and look out for a new job. So it all depends on you. Have a plan in your head. So the GCP one, as I shared, that it's really simple. So there are some trainings as well. We can expand it. We can follow the learning path, take a webinar, which you can do that. Additional resources like some, yeah. And in Microsoft and Amazon, I am sure that they give you the access to their portal for 1 year, that you can get there and do some hands-on. Obviously, you can only use some free services, but if you pay some pay as you go service, then you might have to pay for it. So before doing that, be very aware that in cloud you have to pay as you go. It means that if you have taken a machine, they are charging you every hour for that, and or every minute. So because you have entered your credit card, if you have done that, I never did that when I was practicing, because I was too afraid. that they might deduct my money, and there are big companies I might never get it back just saying that I did it by mistake. Because when you are practicing, you purchase a machine, just stop it when you are done practicing. If that machine is continuously running, it's costing you even you are not doing anything. So be aware. So that is why I always says that before getting to the portal, it's not a car that you will sit and then you learn to drive. It's like what is it? How can I give the example? It's like something that first you have to understand. It's like flying a helicopter. So you don't just sit in the helicopter the very first day because you sat in the car. Car is a smaller thing and you can just bump yourself in a wall and you can lower your speed. But if you are in a helicopter and the helicopter is continuously flying in the air and you have no idea how to handle that situation, so you will end up dying. So it's just
But
like
if
that.
no one know how to drive a car,
Yeah, but it's some people like me. I sat on the driving seat the very first day I bought a car, and before that I have never sat on the driving seat. So the experience was pretty bad because I bumped into a parking lot and just
oh,
threw all the bikes which were in the line. So that is something that you might end up into. So first read that how to do it, what is a clutch and what is a brake, and how to manage the speed and how many gears are there, and that then get onto the portal. So you should know that you will be paying for the services. It's not for free. The education is for free. So first take leverage from this free education. Getting back to the slides. Okay. Okay, these are several certifications of Google as well, which are showing the this for this you can become a cloud developer, cloud DevOps engineer. So all of these seems like same to you, but they are somehow different because they are using different terminologies. The process is the same for sure. AWS and Microsoft, they are doing the same things in some different ways. So as Google, we are using different terminologies when you're using the portal. Like in Amazon, you call the S3 bucket, and in Azure, in Microsoft, you call that storage account. So the terminologies are different, but the things are somehow same. What they are doing. Okay, and then when you have learned something and you have gained a lot of knowledge, and there comes a point in your life when you see that you might become a multi cloud expert as well. If you are done with the expert certifications of Google, you can start learning AWS. And then, if you are done with the expert certifications of AWS, you can start learning Microsoft Azure. It means, what will it do? It means that if in your country there were 10,000 jobs for GCP, and then you have now completed AWS as well. So it expands your area of hunting a job or finding a job. So now the ball is in your court, that there are 50 companies who wants to hire you, and you have to pick and choose where you need to go, because you have some dual or triple knowledge of these platforms. So it's just for your own sake if you want to do that. Now, as I shared before, that when I say that you don't need to code in some of the fields in cloud, like the infrastructure part, which I did, it's not true. Because in order to create a very feasible environment for your client and your company which has hired you, you have to go through the process of DevOps and create some CI/CD pipelines, continuous integration and continuous development. So there you have to create some pipelines. There are several languages you get to use. For Microsoft, you directly use. For Azure, you directly use Microsoft DevOps, which is their own environment. Say likewise if for all the other platforms. So what does that pipeline do? That if you want to make some changes in your infrastructure, you do that infrastructure as a code. So you don't just use the portal itself, Microsoft portal or AWS portal itself, to buy a machine or to create a machine. Because if you have a client and it is using 900 machines, so what will you do? You will repeat the process 900 times? No, that's not a smart move. You already have a pipeline and you just run that pipeline that sets that infrastructure, the security layer, the firewalls and networking. It's a process to learn. So you do that via CI/CD pipeline, and then you can plan and make changes, and then do the next release, like the staging, the blue green deployment. All of that is done via CI/CD pipeline. Then comes a very trendy things nowadays is the Kubernetes, the concept of containerization, where these services are provided in the form of that container, the Docker containers and Kubernetes. So that is also a thing that you have to learn, and you need to understand some scripting languages and coding in that area as well. And if you want to interact with your sites and stuff, then some scripting languages like PowerShell, these are also good to know, that you should learn that, some Terraform stuff. So when you are on some path and you started to understand how this works, then you will, the automation is the next step. That once you understand the portal itself, you understand which services are being provided by your cloud provider, then you went on the road to this the DevOps. And it is very good to do that, and I must say that it is necessary, because when you start working, this will definitely come in your way. It's like
Okay.
a package deal. If you know, if you are working with cloud computing, you need to know how DevOps works and how to make successful release pipelines. Now we are coming to the market. So I am telling you this can be done. Sometimes the questions might appear in your head that how big the market is. uh, what if I'm wasting my time just exploring those sites? What if I am wasting my time just by attending this session? So I must tell you that it is not at all true. You are not at all wasting your time. So now we are going to face some very big figures which might sound untrue to you. It might sound like I'm trying to sell my session, but I'm not. Currently, I just googled and I searched myself. There are 5.6 million jobs for cloud computing.
Okay.
It is a very big figure, and it is hard to accept that this is the reality, but I'll show you. The market size of cloud computing will increase 15% by 2031, where the whole world is going in inflation, people are losing their jobs. The cloud market will grow to 15% in terms of employment. And an entry level salary, which people are earning, because I have multiple employees, not employees, colleagues, and I meet a lot of people. I meet people in the summits, I meet people in some updates, I meet people in different sort of gathering conferences. People are earning a very handsome salary, people who are working in the area of cloud. So it's $120 per year. It might varies in the region that you are living in. So it might vary, but the salary in cloud is a lot more than the salary in other fields. Okay. So I have some numbers here, then I will show you on LinkedIn as well. If just for the sake to make you believe that this field deserves your attention. And if you want to live a very suitable life, a life where you don't hesitate to enjoy the stuff, to go out and to buy stuff, it requires a handsome salary as well, which should be mentioned, that we all are here to understand how can I build a very handsome lifestyle. That is for sure. So in USA, the open jobs just on LinkedIn for cloud computing is 2,72,000. It is just on LinkedIn, just on one platform. So there are several other platforms as well, like Glassdoor, like the companies who are hunting you out, who are searching the people who have these sort of skills and stuff. In Germany, they have 53,392 open jobs. Right now, currently, I just found these numbers 15 minutes before our session. In India, 55,426. So these are the three countries I majorly searched about. You can go for China, for Japan, the countries where the technology is highly used, Sweden, Norway, Finland. In Pakistan, you will find many jobs as well. But because this session is about finding a job in Nordics, so I'm just mentioning some of the um, countries which are not Pakistan. So I was quite shocked to see that there are so many open jobs in India as well. Yes, Narmeen?
Okay, Nida, please tell us about your journey.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, sure, sure. I'll do that. Okay, so I will tell you my roadmap specifically, which I did because I never heard or learned about computing when I was studying. So I completed my BS in computer sciences in 2017, and till then I had no idea that people or the companies are moving in this direction. So I was working as a database administrator in Mobilink since I was in second semester. And okay, what happened? Okay, coming back. So what I did is that when I heard about cloud computing, my mentor, he told me that I should start because he was working with Microsoft himself. So he told me that I should start exploring cloud fundamentals, which I started to dig in. And in the beginning, the concept of virtualization itself was very tough for me to understand. I don't know that I might be less aware of the market, or because I was working with a telco on prem. So the concept of virtualization was very naive to me. I was unable to adopt that what is virtualization, why are they using this term again and again, that this is a virtual machine. The machine that you buy on cloud is a virtual machine itself. So it is something that it took me time to understand. So I am the one who spent more. I did a lot of certifications after it, but it took me few months just to understand the fundamentals and to pass the first to have the courage to take the first certification. Okay, then I did after doing fundamentals, I moved to Azure administrator because I told you that I was not willing to go down the road of coding again. So I was not at all ready to take the developer certification. So I took the administrator one where I have to set some infrastructure and do some stuff. And then when I did that, someone told me that when you're working with cloud, you need to understand security very well, that how you provide security on cloud. This is something that you can sell your product a lot more easier, like sell your product. At that time I was my product myself, so I was trying to sell myself in the market that these are the skills that I have. How to tell them that I have these skills? I cannot just tell them verbally that okay, I know how to maintain security. How do I know that? Because I have the certificate, I have studied about it, I have taken the exam and I have passed it. It means that I really know my stuff. And then finally, I reached this solutions architect, which is AZ305. Previously, there were two certifications combined for the solutions architect one, 302 and 304, and now they have merged it in one exam, which is 305. A lot more like easier it has become, which I think that they shouldn't have done this, because by passing just 305, you avoid a lot of topics which you must know. So while doing all this certification, it's not like I did all the certification and then I started looking for a job. I started looking for a job when I passed AZ 900, only the fundamentals part. Because at that time, I understand the terminologies which are being used. I understood that which services are being provided by the cloud. And on every job, there is a learning curve. So it doesn't mean that you should know everything before landing into the job. This is a very bad mindset of ours, and especially I would really like to mention of especially the female from of our countries, because when we read the job description, they will definitely ask you about 10 things that you should know, this and everything. But you don't need to know everything. If you know half of it, or if you know 60% of the job description, and you don't know the rest of the 40 or 50%, it's okay, just go for it, sign up for the job. uh, Give you an interview and tell them that I am a very quick learner, as I get into the environment, I will start to understand your processes and I'll follow it. And if I need to learn everything, anything after my working hours, I'll do that on my personal basis. I won't charge you for that. Just get the job, keep on moving, keep excelling, earn good, live good. This is everything that you deserve. I started updating my LinkedIn because in Nordics, LinkedIn is a very, very important factor if you want to get a job. People reach you out themselves, and it is. I never had that experience while living in Pakistan because no one asked me that if you need this job. I was the one taking the first move and applying for it and reaching out to people and trying to build contacts. But in Sweden or in Nordics, you get a message in your inbox that we have this and this assignment. If you are interested, just send us your CV and we'll arrange an interview. So this is very, very
Okay.
common here, and it happens a lot. Like for some offers, you have to decline them because you are happy with your current job. And if you want to have a raise in the sense a very major raise, normally you get the like, what is that called, that your salary gets increased every year. So that is normally being done. But if you want to have a very high raise, that you want to double your salary or you want to increase your salary by 25%, then you have to switch. And then what is the most important thing is the sixth part, which is I started preparing myself for the interview. What I did was that I set up a mirror in front of my desk, that I can see myself and I can see my expressions, and I can see how much confidence I need to have while giving the interview. I started searching for some interview questions that normally comes your way. I started to answer that by looking in the mirror, preparing myself. I developed interview skills in myself. And the most important part that I have seen, I have heard from people, I have experienced myself. You need to have soft skills. You need to have that. In any field you are working, you need to have the soft skills. What I am doing right now is a soft skill, that I have gathered the knowledge, I know the thing, but how I am delivering it to you, how I am making people listen to me, how I am making people understand that what I'm saying, how I am dealing with a group of people, how I am facing the camera, because now the virtualization, as I told you, was a very nice concept to me, but this is a virtual meeting itself. So I am talking to a lot of people just by the medium of this, the StreamYard, I must say, and then you are listening to me via different platforms. So this was my journey.
Okay, I have asked my question. Now, guys, want to ask something? You can ask. Okay,
Yes.
we have some questions in comments.
Yeah. Do we have some questions, Narmeen?
Yes, yes, we have.
Okay. Okay. I'll just stop sharing and okay. Yes.
Okay, how to land a job in Nordics if we are AZ 900 and DP 900 certified? Do they consider candidates living outside Nordics, example Pakistan?
Okay. So this questions have multiple answers. Previously, I know some people who have been hired from different countries. But as I have shared by 2023, the situation has changed a little bit. So what has changed? I will start from that. The thing is that these big companies are waiving off their employees. If you have read some newsletters and if you have read some of the articles, so they are downsizing. The countries it themselves wants to acquire their natives in the first go, and if they are unable to find talent in their own country, yes, they go for hiring people from other countries. So this is the process. It can be the right thing at the right time. So you are applying to some company who is looking for some talent and they are unable to find it in their own country, then they will definitely hire you. So this is the scenario. And if you want to look out for job, I missed a very important chunk where I wanted to show you guys that how to look out for jobs via LinkedIn, which I will show you in the last 2 minutes. So just stick with
Okay.
us. Next question.
Yes. Second question. Which one is easy to learn
Okay.
AWS?
I have already told you there is no definite
Yes.
answer to this question. I love Microsoft Azure myself because I'm working in it. I have learned by it, but that is why I'm a little biased towards it. But the people who are using AWS, they will say very bad things about Microsoft Azure. So this is something that you have to figure out yourself. And the question shouldn't be just which one is easier to learn. The question should be that which path should I be choosing for myself. So the first question is that which platform you want to choose. If you are very new to this, just Google, find, study the market. And after studying the market, understand that how many clients are using AWS, how many clients are using Microsoft Azure, and then Google. And then Google means that Google platform. So it's not like because you are googling this question, so they cannot say that they are the first one in the market. They will show you the reality. So as I have shared with you that AWS acquired, I think the figure was about 36% of the market, and Microsoft Azure has acquired 21% of the market, and GCP has acquired 10% of the market. It means that with these numbers, there will be equal level of opportunities as well. That in AWS, you will find an opportunity sooner than Azure and Google. So it depends on you. Yes.
Okay. With
Next question.
इसका जवाब भी you
With
with
AZ
age.
900, can we find a job? Yes, Maya, you can find a job with AZ 900. I did that. I am a living example of it. Because when I found a job, I just have completed the fundamental part, but I never stopped learning. So even after finding the job, I understood how my company is working. And after my working hours, I started to practice this AZ 104, which is associate level. So you need to understand you can find a job. Finding a job 40% depends on your skills and 60% depends on your self confidence and the way you are telling the stuff and the way you have understood that service. Like for me, as I shared, that I took a lot of time just to complete the basics, the fundamentals, because for me it was very important that if I am not good, if my foundation is not good, I cannot build a huge building on it. It will fall off. So you have
Sometimes
to.
we know everything, but we are afraid of rejection.
We are afraid of what?
Rejection.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. My first interview was with Ericsson, and I was badly rejected, and I was so sad. And yes, this is a very good thing that I want to share. That my manager came to me and she said one line because she saw me that I am a bit shattered after it. I was not prepared to be rejected. And even then, it was good that I got rejected. I applied for a very wrong job post, which was not my thing. So I just applied for it because I was very eager to get a job. My manager came to me and she told me that Nita, that job wasn't for you, and it just hit me so hard that that and really that job was not for me, and I was just praying
Okay.
that I get it just uh, because of the fear of rejection. I don't want to be rejected, and or I don't want, I was not in the situation of telling people that I got rejection. It's really hard to admit it, but it's always good. Next, I want to start with Microsoft Azure certification in cloud. Please guide me from where to start as beginner. And okay. It's really simple. I just showed you. Just go on the Microsoft's website, the learning platform, click your solutions architect level certification. It will show you the complete path, that from which is the first one you have to do, which is the second one, if there is a third one, and then when can you register yourself for the solutions architect one. It will tell you itself. And even then, if you don't understand, just reach me out on LinkedIn and I will share the link with you. And Naveen forgot to tell you that you guys will be getting a detailed email where I am sharing some useful links with you from where you can learn, and along with the links of all these websites which I just showed you. So it will be very easier for you to follow it. Just read it, visit the websites, try to understand what they are saying, and try to get as much stuff for free as possible. But you are not paying for it, you are just paying for that internet connection. Okay, next question.
Okay. Which cloud
Better to
platform
master
is
the
same
architect
question, I think.
than Yeah, yeah, same question. You just pass on, pass on. You have to figure it out yourself. No one can tell
Again,
you.
say which provider is best.
All of them
Same
are really
question.
good. They are good. That is why they have clients, and that is why they are the three biggest one acquiring the market, which has covered the market. Which were okay, okay. Next. Okay, companies ask the software developer to
Companies
upgrade
are
themselves to automation part rather than hiring people just for DevOps. Is very rare to see any specific DevOps job. Should I go to developer side? Okay, Sharyar, very good question. So it is 6:56 for now in Sweden. Right after 2 minutes, I will show you that how you can how this question can be answered, because there are a lot of DevOps jobs. And I was quite annoyed when I was looking for a job that so many companies are asking for DevOps. So DevOps is a compulsory skill when you're working in any environment now, because now people are following the concept of CI/CD. So you need to understand that even if you are a software developer, even if you are using the cloud, even if you are the cloud computing specialist, or you are working with the cloud, even if you are working some of the on-prem cloud
security
your
and
company is providing,
if you
DevOps is
are
something
working
that,
on security or networking,
yeah,
if
repeat
we
it.
are working on security on net and networking,
Yes, you need to understand DevOps. If it's
okay,
regarding the cloud or the development part, you cannot repeat the process again and again, and you cannot start to make changes, visiting all the VNets and then changing the steps. You have to do it via pipeline.
okay.
Next. But again, since we are in Pakistan, how to secure job in Nordics, or do we have to move in Nordics? Okay. So, if you want me to elaborate, so just remember the first answer which I shared, that okay, you just show me the question. Yeah. If you are in not in Nordics, so the scenario is that they will try to find a person who is in Nordics. If they are unable to find that skill here, or you are too good with your work, they will interview you, they'll understand you, they'll ask you about your previous work. If you want to show them something, show them, and then they will definitely hire you. But you will be always on second priority, because if they find someone who is already in Nordics, so the process is easier. For you, they have to wait, they have to apply from scratch, they have to apply for your visa, then you put that in the embassy, and the process of embassy is really slow. Okay, next
Okay.
question. And if you want something in detail, just ping me. Okay, how important is the role of mentorship? Okay, so this question is very personal to me. I say that in all the sessions, that wherever I am today is because of my mentors. So it's really, really important. I wanted to include this in my slides as well, but I didn't, because this is the concept that we are not ready to adopt as Pakistanis. The mentorship is so important, and to find a good mentor is it's like find a perfect, what should I say, something that we never find perfect. So to have a good mentor is really, really good and beneficial for you. The mentor what a mentor What part a mentor plays in your daily life? He is sharing the experiences he had. He is guiding you, taking you out from the phase where you think that it's really hard for me to face. He is providing you the solutions of the problems where you find yourself stuck in. So try to find a mentor, especially, and the basic rules, or the measurements that you must understand before finding a mentor is that look up the someone who you can look up to. It means that he's in a good position on the field there where you want to reach. Number two is that person should be the encouraging one, not someone. Yeah, I'll just try to give an example here. I was trying to get my driving certificate in Sweden, and I gave a here you have to give a test lesson before the school needs to understand that at which position you are currently lying on. My mentor, he was so negative that I am someone who is driving from like 6 years in the past.
Okay.
But he was the one who just sat with me in the first 5 10. He was just drinking the coffee and enjoying the ride instead of checking out that how am I driving or what should I need to learn, because to get a license here is pretty hard. So he just frequently said that I am shocked that you never had an accident.
Okay.
That thing impacted me so bad that I failed my exam as well, because this, it was something in my head. So he was so discouraging that I never took any class from him again, even I have paid for that school. So mentor should be very positive. He should help you grow. He should be happy with your growth. Someone who wants to share their knowledge, someone who wants to add value in other people's life. So look out for a mentor, look out for a circle who is where you can talk about all this stuff, where you are not afraid to share your basic knowledge as well. Because in our friend, if we start to share something, they start making fun of you or they don't take you seriously. Leave those friends. They are not your friends. You are a combination of five people around you. Try to pick and choose those five people very wisely. Try to find a mentor. Try, even if you have to pay for it. I always say that you can pay for a psychologist, so you can also pay for a mentor. Because if you are successful in your life and you know how to manage stuff, then you never had a chance to hire a psychologist or a psychiatrist. So find your mentor. I know it's hard to find, but I hope you find someone well. Hi Nida, what made you build your career
Career
towards
towards cloud and how do
yeah,
you
yeah.
feel?
Okay. Very nice question. Okay. What made me feel my career is the how the market trends are changing. And I always wanted to have a handsome salary, and I always wanted to grow with the passage of time. So this is something that, and then obviously I am very fortunate with the people around me. They are someone who wants to see me growing. They who wants to see me become a very successful person. So this is I'm very fortunate about, and I really pick and choose the people around me. Even I, it's very harsh to say, I stay away from the relatives as well, who adds negative energy in your life. I can't do this stuff. So try to do that. Be good to everyone. Meet everyone wholeheartedly, but don't make them affect you mentally, or don't make them affect your personal or professional life. So the people around me told me about this cloud stuff. They enabled me. They showed me the path, how to do. Even now, I have my mentors are so nice that if I'm stuck anywhere on my in my job problem as well, I just share the problem. They don't tell me how to solve that, what this needs to be done to, then this problem will be solved. They share some links with me. We talk about that stuff, because in information technology, cloud computing, your problems are really new. So there are some people who might have never faced this problem. You might be asked by some client to build this and this infrastructure, and maybe before you, no one has done that. But the people around you, or the people who have good knowledge of that stuff, they tells you that which sites you should read, which topics you should cover in order to understand how to solve this. So this is really, so the people around me make me tilt my career. They gave me good advices. They showed me the path. And now I am trying to return back to the society by telling you guys that these things can be done, and you can have a very happy and successful life. Yes. I think we are already, yes, we have crossed the time limit. Okay, now I'll take the last two questions on. It's
Okay.
easy to get DevOps
It's
entry level
easy to
job.
DevOps entry job levels asking about Germany market.
Oh my God. Okay, Germany market.
Yes.
There are a lot of DevOps jobs that I know for sure. Okay, I have not done it, but I know people who are doing it. Is it easy to get or not? That depends on you. Right person, right timing, and right opportunity. So if you know the basics really well, and even if you don't know the exact platform which your company is asking for, it's okay. If you are eagerly looking out for a job, you have good preparation of the interview, you have a nicely built CV, your LinkedIn is active, You are posting some things on LinkedIn that are regarding that DevOps job. You are reaching out to the hiring managers, and you are confident about your stuff and yourself, and you have an attitude of learning. You have a learning attitude, so no one can stop you from getting the job. That I can guarantee. If you are that person, you can get a job even with the basic level of understanding. Trust me. No one is asking you to build a spaceship.
Okay, this is
Even
the
if you
last
know about
question.
the spaceship and its features and you are confident about it, how that works, you can get into it, and then you understand the process of the company and keep going on.
Okay, this is the last question. There is
Too
too
much
much
to in
tools
DevOps.
in DevOps learning.
You
I'm
guys love
confused.
DevOps really well because most of the questions are for DevOps. To
Yes.
learn, I'm confused which tool to learn. Please guide. So, Fasi, okay, Fasiur Rahman. The
Monsieur
thing
Rahman.
is that there are several DevOps tools. Again, I'm coming back to the point that you need to understand the market. If you are trying to learn from scratch, Google it, search which tool is mostly used, which tool the big companies are using, or the company you are aiming for. Try to interact with the people. Try to interact with people via LinkedIn as well. Ask them that which is the most used tool, or try to find out good stuff on YouTube and different platforms like Pluralsight, Udemy, Cloud Guru. Try to just go through the stuff and understand that which tool is much understandable to you and which is being used in the market. For Microsoft Azure, because I have done that stuff. They currently they use Microsoft DevOps for Microsoft Azure, because it builds a very good connection. Both are Microsoft products, so that you have to search about. Last
Okay.
question. Okay.
Okay, we have last question. We have to wind up.
Yes, yes. Go for the last question and then we'll wind up.
Okay.
Swedish embassy is oh yes, yes it is. Okay. So if you are aiming to come to Sweden, so what you can do is that if you have applied for everything and everything is done, you can schedule your visa. It's really out of context. So you can schedule your visa from the Swedish embassy in some other country, like the closest is Dubai and Abu Dhabi. So you can do that. So yeah. Now I have given the answer of this question as well, because many people were asking who wants to come. Okay, I hope that I have answered a lot of your questions, and even if you have other questions as well, you are already in Nordics, or you have applied for the visa and you want to find a job, just come here and ping me on LinkedIn. I would be happy to help you guys and guide you. That's all. And try to find a good mentor and try to surround yourself with very, very positive people. It
Thank you
will
so much,
take you
Nida,
far.
for your precious time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's really good, nice to
Nice to meet
meet
you.
people and share the stuff.
Okay.
Thank
Allah
you guys.
Hafiz.
Take care.
Take
Bye.
care. Allah Hafiz.